Happening tonight, Utah's eviction moratorium will expire. This was meant to help protect renters from losing housing during the pandemic. COVID impact economic specialist Ladd Egan's live with more in Utah County tonight. So Ladd, when does this moratorium expire?
Dave, it expires 1 minute before midnight tonight, and that's because Governor Herbert said 45 days was a long enough pause in evictions for people to get their stimulus or their unemployment money. And also, two groups say that we haven't seen an increase in delinquencies.
About the same percentage of renters are paying rent now that always have. So we are very pleasantly surprised.
A good number of people have already paid their April and May rents. So there hasn't been a lot of people that have missed those. So there's not a very large population of renters out there that haven't been able to meet their housing obligations. So that's a good sign.
Under the governor's executive order, certain evictions were suspended as long as renters were current as of March 31st and lost income or had to self-isolate or tested positive for COVID-19. The Crossroads Urban Center wanted that moratorium extended until July 15th and said today that it's disappointed and worried by the state's decision.
We could see thousands of families being displaced around the state next week. Hopefully that won't happen. Hopefully landlords will slow down and take advantage of the new state pandemic rental assistance program.
Nearly 24 advocacy groups asked the governor in a letter to extend it, saying extending the eviction deferral order will provide more time for renters to stabilize their income. For those who are still struggling, the Department of Workforce Services reminds that there are unemployment benefits for the self-employed and gig workers called pandemic unemployment assistance. This is a separate application than traditional program. Also wanted to pass along that there is a new rental assistance program from the Department of Workforce Services. It will provide up to $1,500 directly to the landlord. This is for people who do not qualify for unemployment. So Dave, the bottom line from these advocacy groups is that you've got to communicate with your landlord. Hopefully these new programs will help people who are maybe falling through the cracks.
Ladd Egan live for us tonight in Utah County. Thanks, Ladd.